I have a very rare day to vlog today. It is going to be entirely an indie author writing focused day. I don't get these very often, but when I do, it is such a treat. My mother-in-law has my kids for the next like 6 hours, so we're gonna get some bookish stuff done. I have quite the to-do list today, including a bunch of admin stuff and then of course some actual writing stuff. But I think the most pressing order of business right now is to sign some books and get some orders out that I got on TikTok, so let's go do that. For those of you guys who don't know, this is my debut novel. It's called The Crown Prophecy and it came out in October. It's a cozy romantasy, so if you like things like Bakers and Loath to Love and Found Family and just like the coziest royal castle aesthetic, I will leave it linked in the description for you. Here's the blurb if you want to know a little bit more. It's got a lot of baking and a little spice. So over the weekend, I sold 2 signed copies and a crown. Okay, I got all my stuff. It looks like I'm actually almost out of my like royal seal stickers that go on my packages. So adding that to the to-do list, need to do a little packaging order today. I always personalize these copies that go out from TikTok shop. It's so fun. I just like pinch myself every time I get to sign a book. So I've got one for Devin and one for Angel. To Devin. Packing these up is one of my favorite things to do because I like to make it like fun and cute. So first thing that goes in is the signed copy. And then this person ordered a crown. This is what it looks like out of its packaging. They're so pretty. This is my personal one. I like to use it for flat lays and stuff. One of those in there. I love these pretty lilac envelopes. And then these are like thick boy stickers, so I know a lot of people will like take them off the package and put them inside the cover of the book once they get them. And then I scheduled USPS pickup. Bye! Something officially checked off our list. I feel like once you get the ball rolling and the momentum is momentuming, it's a great feeling. I am sitting down now to work on the sequel to my book. So The Crown Prophecy is the first in a duology. I like call it the Secrets of the Crown duology in my head, but I don't think I've ever actually like published that anywhere. So I'm working on the second one right now. I'd say I'm about a third into writing my first draft, and it is tough. It is so much harder to write a sequel than it is to write a first book, I think, because you're like writing in an existing canon and you're held to the things that you established in the first book with like the magic system and the politics and all of that, and you still have to make the story work. I also think I wrote myself into like a little bit of a corner with like writing a romantasy series where the couple gets together in the first book. The second one is definitely more of like a straight up fantasy, although there are of course some romantic elements to it. So I am gonna sit down and get some words on the page, because if I don't make this a priority on these like indie author writing days, then I could spend the whole day just doing administrative stuff, which is not the most fun part of writing. So one thing that I like to do is kind of like open my laptop, especially if it's been a while since I've been in my writing practice, reread the last couple of chapters that I wrote, and then like just let the ideas percolate for a little bit while I do the other stuff that I have to do. Because I think if I try to just sit down and write cold turkey, I spend like an hour trying to figure out like, okay, where am I going? Where am I in this story? Whereas if I just like look at it and then take a step away, my brain works on it while I'm gone, and then it's easier to write. So that's what we're gonna do right now. What is happening with this right now? I also want to take some time today to kind of go over my outline for this book, because as I've been writing it, it has changed quite a bit. And so I have this like color-coded note card system that I like to use, where each like major piece of the story has a color. So like the romance is red, the politics are blue, friendship and other relationships are yellow, character development is green, and then I write down my outline on those note cards, and when I lay them out, I can see like, okay, well this section's really yellow heavy, we need some like blue, and we need some green over here or whatever. And I feel like it just helps me get a little bit more balanced. My current note cards are very outdated because sometimes you sit down to write and your characters look at your outline and they laugh at you. They're like, that's not what I'm doing right now. And you just kind of have to go with it. Ooh, okay. I remember where I am. I'm actually really excited to write the next scene, like chronologically, but I am remembering now that the last time I put this down, I was going back and adding things to earlier chapters, which is hard for me. I like to write chronologically, but I was like, okay, we gotta put some other stuff in some of these early chapters. So that is not the best place for me to pick this up, but you know what? It is what it is. All right, I've got it in my head now. I wrote some notes to myself about what I want to do when I sit back down, but I need to tidy up my office a little bit and get some other random administrative stuff done. Actually, most of it's really fun. I have a commission that I'm working on with an artist that I need to like send some notes over for. I have some cover revisions, so I'll give you guys a little sneak peek of the cover. And I have an event coming up, an author event that I need to do some coordination for. I'm actually really excited to sit down and do all of that. But first, we need to take care of the situation. My desk is out of control. It is bad. All right, that is looking much better. I'm never beating the allegations of being a trinket girl, so. Oop. Not even gonna try. There you go, buddy. Can't forget my little dragon friend. This over here is actually super exciting because this was full of books at one point. Now, I have some space to maybe put the crowns down here. There we go. I'm hungry, so I'm gonna make a bagel before we sit down to do all the computer stuff, because otherwise I'll sit down at my computer and 4 hours will pass and I will have not eaten, and that's not good. That's not a good thing to do. All right, we've got sustenance, we've got momentum, and we've got a bunch of stuff to do. Before I eat my lovely bagel that looks so good though, I'm going to do a non-negotiable part of my morning routine, which is take my Seed. And Seed is very kindly sponsoring this video, which is so great because I am obsessed with them. In my video about finding yourself again in motherhood, I talked a lot about prioritizing your body's overall health instead of like losing postpartum weight. And one of the most important ways that I do that is taking Seed's DSO1 Daily Symbiotic. It's a clinically validated 2-in-1 pre and probiotic that supports whole body health in and beyond the gut. Not to get too TMI with you, but my digestive system has always been kind of a pain point for me with bloating and irregularity, and I absolutely love this because it has solved all those problems for me, and it's just one less thing to think about, which as a mom and a YouTuber and a writer and a wife, all of the things, I just need to simplify. I love all the benefits that it gives me. Obviously, supporting my gut health is a big one, but it also has a bunch of other benefits. So the 24 probiotic strains have been clinically and scientifically proven to help support things like heart health, skin health, immune health. And the most important thing is that it's actually engineered to survive your stomach. They have that capsule in capsule technology. These little guys actually make it to your gut where they're supposed to go. If you want to experience all the benefits for yourself, you can see a difference in things like bloating and regularity in as little as 2 weeks. And right now you can use my code Megan25 to get 25% off your first order of Seed's DSO1 Daily Symbiotic at the link in my description. Now let's knock out some of this computer work. I think the cover stuff is the most exciting, so I'm gonna work on that first. I am not good at doing like the worst task first. I almost always do the best one first because I just get too excited. Let me show you a little sneak peek. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! So this is where we're at right now. Keep in mind, this still needs a lot of work. We're still in kind of the early stages of designing this. I need to give them notes on the newest draft. I don't love this crown, so I think I'm gonna swap that out. I think both of these need the color changed to match the color palette a little bit better. And then I'm feeling like this is sticking out a little bit too much. I like having the pastries in the frame, just like in the first one, but I think that one it's drawing too much focus. So those are my initial notes I'm gonna send them, but I'm really excited. I like this like sagey green color. Here are some different crown options I'm looking at. I kind of like this one if it were gold, or maybe this one. I might ask them to send me 2 versions so I can see what both of these would look like. Let me know what you guys think. While I'm on this wavelength, I also want to work on a commission that I'm having done. I worked with this amazing artist. Her username is Fossilized Sap. I actually met her at a local event and bought some art from her because she does some really cool like Dimension 20 art. And she did a really awesome piece of Vanessa and Colette for me. I'll pop it on the screen so you guys can see it. And I want to get like a companion piece done of Quinn and Evander. And I want Quinn to have like her rolling pin hiked up on her shoulder from that one scene. No spoilers if you haven't read it yet. So I just need to chat with the artist Amber and reference the scene and let her know what the vision is. The first time around, this is the reference image that I made and sent to her, and that's what she turned it into. So she's already a miracle worker. I know this is gonna turn out great. All right, so if you were curious about what a commission looks like, this is all of the stuff I put together. I tend to go a little bit overboard, but I just feel like it's better to give more information than less. So I told her what I wanted. I attached a photo of another commission that I had done that I really love, just to kind of show what the characters look like for her reference. Of course, she'll put her own artistic style on it, but this way she can just like quickly reference like eye color, hair color, all of that, which I also wrote down here. And then I wrote a little bit out about like what scene from the book it's from. I sent her the EPUB file so she can like read it for character reference if she wants to, and then like the composition of the piece that I'm thinking, and then I have the description of the background from the book. It's gonna be in the kitchen. So I just copied and pasted that and then took a couple reference images from Pinterest, and I'm gonna go ahead and send this off. I'm feeling very accomplished with having gotten all of that done. I still need to do some event coordination, but I am feeling the ideas happening. So I'm going to jump at any little spark of inspiration that I have and actually get some writing done. Hopefully we can make significant progress. I think my word goal today is gonna be like 2,000 words. We'll see if that's too ambitious or not. Here's my little writerly OOTD. I got both of these things from Hollister this weekend because I went for my birthday. I had the like birthday reward, and this sweater was like $50 in the store, and by the time I was done with price matching the website and then the birthday coupon, it was $18.50. So that was pretty good. I don't know, I'm all about like the cozy for writing. I don't want to feel my clothing when I'm writing unless it's like to feel snuggly. These pants are definitely snuggly. They're like the softest ever. Despite having an office, most of my writing happens right here in this spot on the couch. All right, I've managed to finish writing the end of the scene that I had been in the middle of last time I closed my laptop. So that's good because now I can continue to write in chronological order, which just makes so much more sense in my brain. I know some people like to write like their climactic scenes first and then like write around that. I cannot do that. I have to write in order. It's the only way it makes sense to me. So I'm very thankful that I can get back to doing that. Before I get too much farther, I do want to redo my outline like I talked about because I think I need to see it from a bird's eye view to make sure I'm going in the right direction. For whatever reason, I cannot find my little pack of note cards that I was using for my initial outline, which is fine because we have to redo it anyway, but I did want to show you guys an example. So here is my set for the first book. So you can see all the different colors, and when I lay them out, it kind of gives me an overall view of what themes are in what parts. I also have like, these white ones are in my like third draft scenes that I added in because I was like, oh, I need something here. So this is like new scenes to write. I'm gonna leave them face down so I don't spoil them for you. Actually, I think this is also backwards because this is the end. So you can kind of see what I'm going for here. These are like all of the major beats of the story. It's actually beginning to end. And then at the end of it, you have a novel. So I've got some blank note cards here, and I'm just gonna do the same thing. I wish I could find that old bunch because some of the plot points are the same, so I could reuse cards, but whatever, it's fine. Note cards are not that expensive. Got my current draft here and my outline in motif. We're gonna just go for it. Okay, so I've done the first act. I want to show you, but I'm also going to make the clip blurry so that you don't get spoilers for the plot, because obviously the last book ended on a cliffhanger and like this spoils it. So this is what I'm noticing just pattern wise. So up here at the top, we're looking very balanced. I feel like even through here, pretty balanced. There's a scene missing here and here, and I'm not entirely sure what they are, but I know that I need connecting scenes here, so I need to get some white cardstock to figure out what needs to go here. But then as we get closer to the end of the act, it's very politics and secrets heavy, which I think can be okay, but I do think that these yellow cards, the relationship cards, which is like Vanessa and Colette and Melly and Serena and James, like they need more attention in here, and I think this scene might be one of those. But this is just giving me a really good overview. I'm getting some ideas just from doing that. So I'm gonna take a little break from outlining to put notes in the doc and maybe actually even write a few of the like smaller scenes while I have the inspiration fresh in my head. Where did the time go? All right, I think we're getting somewhere. This actual writing part is kind of hard to vlog because I'm trying to not like show my screen and spoil everything, but I've been sat for a while and things are happening and I'm excited about it. I feel like it's like a ball of yarn in my brain that's getting untangled and woven into like a nice little sphere, which just is so satisfying because I've been kind of stuck on the transition between what I thought the plot was gonna be and now what it's ending up being. I'm just feeling like everything is flowing. It's starting to come together. I've got a long way to go. But I'm already at 1,836 words, which is almost to our goal. Hopefully we can bang out the rest of them before the kids get home. But I am gonna take a little break because I've been writing for a while. There's another indie author on YouTube that I really love watching. Her name is Katie Wismer, and she wrote one of my favorite series on Kindle Unlimited, which is called The Marionettes. It's so good. If you like vampire stories, highly recommend. She put out a video not too long ago about book marketing, and she is a genius in this area. So I think I'm gonna use my like break time to kind of double duty, be a little bit productive, learn some stuff, but also just watch YouTube, which I love to do. So I'm gonna do that to reward myself for the scene that just happened because, oh, such a relief. It's such a relief. I wish I could tell you more, but I don't want to spoil it. Oh my gosh, I am so hyped up right now. Just like seeing somebody who is absolutely killing it like this is so inspiring. I'm not trying to be like a career author or anything, so it's a little bit different, but I get really excited about marketing stuff. I think it's like genuinely so fun, and so this gets me excited to do more of that. But one thing that it has reminded me to do is to look up my sales analytics, because I have a series on my TikTok, which is like a series of trying to reach my first 1,000 readers, because I learned recently that 90% of books never reach 1,000 readers. So that means math. If you do sell 1,000 copies, you're in the top 10% of all books, which is incredible. So I need to check on my analytics so that the next time I post one of those videos, I know what the number is. It's a little bit complicated to do because it involves going a bunch of different places, because I have to count the signed copies I've sold on TikTok, the signed copies I've sold on my website, the copies I've sold directly to bookstores, my Ingram Spark copies, and my ebook copies. So I gotta check a bunch of numbers and do a bunch of math. It's kind of annoying to do, but it's also really fun to watch the number go up. And the last time I looked at this, I was at like 753. So we'll see what we're at now. All right, our final number, 768. So it's still going up. We're still growing. If you were curious, here's the breakdown. So this is the number I've sold through Ingram Spark. This is the number that the local Barnes & Noble bought. This is the number that I sold through my website. This is ebooks. So Drafted Digital is my ebook publisher. TikTok copies, and this is an online indie bookstore that bought some. So there's where that number comes from. That means we only have 232 copies to go to be a top 10% author, which would be so cool. If you're a very kind soul that wants to help me meet my goal, and you either have already bought the book or it's just like not your genre, but you still want to support, go request a copy from your local library. That is like the biggest game changer, is when people request copies from their libraries, because it's free for them. More people get to experience the book and read my work, and it still goes towards like my reader goal. It's usually pretty easy to do. You just like find the form on your library's website, or you can do it in person, and you write down like the ISBN, the title, and the author, and then they'll usually purchase a copy, which is really cool. This video's got me thinking about TikTok a lot. I feel like TikTok is where most of my marketing energy goes, and I had a funny idea the other day of doing a TikTok that's like holding up my debut novel the way that men pose with fish. So I think I'm gonna try to make that. It's silly and goofy, but what else is TikTok for? Okay, this is gonna be so silly. Okay, wait, now I gotta look up men with fish. What is my life? We've got the one-handed, we've got double fisting. Is that something? I don't know. Oh my gosh, I also have to show you from this weird angle. My cousin got me this for Christmas. I should say she made me this for Christmas. It's like a library card tote bag, but then she cricketed on my name and my novel, and then all of the borrowers are characters from my book. And then like all the little due dates are Easter eggs. So like this is the date the book came out, and this is her birthday. This one's my birthday. I just thought that was like the sweetest, most thoughtful gift I've ever gotten, and I'm obsessed. She even like gave them all their own little like handwriting fonts. Peyton, if you're watching this, I love you endlessly. Silly things aside, I do actually need to get back to the organizers of that event about the gift basket stuff that I am donating. They sent me like the beginnings of the stuff that they're putting in it. So it looks like scone mix and some measuring cups, and I'm gonna do a crown and a book, potentially a candle. I wish I had more than one of these. My sweet YouTube manager made me a Quinn's cardamom bun scented candle, which if you didn't know, that's my main character. She's a baker in the Palace Kitchens, and like her famous dish is cardamom buns. This smells exactly like a cardamom bun. It's so good. I need to coordinate with them and see if I should like bring books to like set up a table in case people want to like purchase copies, or like what my official role as a vendor is, because this is very new for me. Ugh, tell me why I'm nervous to send this message. These are like the loveliest gals, and I've chatted with them and I've met them in person before, but it's still scary. They invited me and it's still scary to put myself out there. It's okay, fine, I'm sending it. If anyone's curious, it's the Romance Rex podcast. It will already have happened. Their meetup will have already happened by the time this video goes live, but hopefully you saw, because I'll post on Instagram. It's gonna be at the Brewmaster's Tap Room in Renton on February 16th. And I'm very, very excited about it. Really grateful that they asked me to be a part of their giveaway squad. I also have a full episode about my book and my author process and all this stuff on their podcast, so I'll make sure I link that below in case you guys wanna see more author type stuff. I don't know if this is interesting to you. I just thought it would be fun to do a different kind of a vlog and show you guys something that I'm just like so excited and passionate about right now. I could make 50 more TikToks. I could spend the rest of my day doing that, but I want to hit my word count goal, and I'm rapidly running out of time until my kids come home. A little change of scenery. I like to hop around the house, and we don't have that many words to go, so I'm just gonna tippity tap type away. I just figured it out. Oh, one of my characters just said something that I didn't tell them to say, which if you write, you'll know what I mean, but oh, that's it. That's how with the, oh, yes. Oh my God, I've been stuck on this for so long. My final word count of the day is 2,204. So we went 10% over our goal, like the overachievers that we are. I'm feeling so good about all the progress I made today. I feel like not only did I like hit the word count goal, but I also got some like major plot stuff unstuck. And I'm very, very excited about that. Writing a book is a very long process. I feel like drafting is like probably the most labor intensive part, but then like going to beta readers and developmental editors and line and copy editing and all of that, like that takes the most time. So it's still a long road that we have ahead of us, but I feel like we're getting closer. To quote the old default Tumblr theme, it does not matter how slow you go as long as you do not stop. Confucius. I guess I'd be quoting Confucius, not Tumblr, but you know what I mean. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you want to see more bookish themed videos, I will link that playlist up here for you so that you can go and do a little bit of binge watching. And if you like this style of content, please let me know, because there's a lot of writing in my future. I would love to take you guys along on the process. I can't wait to see you in my next video, and until then, stay cozy.